Well, I no doubt about it. It's a very large issue.
Well, unless they're like 105.6.
Sorry, you may not have been asking me, but that's my professional opinion.
You are an elected official, but.
See, you smile at
Good morning, Mr. Reporter.
Is it your birthday? Did you bring tree? Was it your birthday, JT, or something? Okay, never mind.
I didn't think you would be here on this.
Oh, I thought, yeah, I knew there was.
Your last day?
Uh,
Is that a golf shirt you've got on?
Yes.
So I thought,
I wear that anyway. Last day.
yeah,
Today. I will, I guess we call them once in a while. Although they're shorthanded.
okay. Yeah. So I thought there was a reason for treats. I mean, for cake or donuts or something. But you didn't.
Is it Don Jr.? Is that coming in part-time?
Morning, Mark.
I'm referring to Don from the radio station.
Oh, Don Jr.
Don is still on standby.
Don's still on the air, depending on which program it is.
Because there's only one license.
To his credit.
Okay.
It's on a camper.
Oh, okay.
So there's
Okay.
Went to my granddaughter's graduation yesterday, went up to her house. I didn't realize that she had over 200 4-H ribbons.
Oh. Now, it was Sunday, you mean? Yeah, you said, yeah, yesterday, I said, I saw you at the graduation on
Yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
And I was lost, I got separated, so I just stayed put.
She had 204 H ribbons, huh?
Stay put until they find you.
Good for her.
Always head east. Always go east. Eventually you'll run into something.
That's a lot of participation.
Yeah.
It's like,
The sad part of that is I was at my granddaughter's graduation and the whole house was filled up with medals and trophies and plaques from gymnastics. And I told Brooke, I said, I mean, this is really great, enjoy them, but I just said, be another all box.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I am going to call this meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. It is 9 a.m. and it is Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Johnson, would you lead us today?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you for that. Item number 2, call for public comment. We will still take phone calls from individuals on items that are not on the agenda, and for information only, the 2 phone numbers are 882-6248 or 882-6297. We also are streaming live. If you have a cell phone, would you also silence that, please? Item number 3, conflict of interest items. Are there any on the agenda for fellow commissioners?
no.
Okay. Item number 4, action to approve the June 1st, 2021 agenda.
So moved.
John Van Dusen and Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 5, action to approve the May 25th, 2021 minutes.
So moved.
Minutes of the Codington County
Second.
Board of Commissioners. Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. All right, item number 6, discussion with Mark, and how do you say your last name? Fox, okay,
Morning, Mark.
Executive Director of the Watertown Development Company. Good morning
Good morning, Madam
and
Chair.
welcome.
Thank you, members of the commission. Morning. Just wanted to spend a few minutes to introduce myself. I know I've known some of you for years and wanted to say hi and just provide a formal opportunity for any conversation. And going to be here hopefully every week or as often as I can be. Thank you for your continued support of the Watertown Development Company. We certainly appreciate that. I've been here a little over a month, been getting my sea legs, figuring out what we're doing, why we're doing it, and getting out to meet our partners and making sure we're doing a programmatic gap analysis, that we're meeting the needs of the businesses and industry and the community. And Watertown's got a lot of momentum built, and we're going to keep driving that momentum and keep flourishing through focusing on downtown business retention, attraction, talent attraction. Workforce is the biggest challenge that we face, that every community faces. And we're going to focus on bringing more people in and keeping our people here and making sure they understand there's opportunities and no reason for them to leave. So just wanted to stop and say hi, very informal, no agenda on my part, but I'd be happy to entertain any questions that anyone may have or talk about any topics all of you might want to.
Welcome.
I think, I guess I'm excited to be part of the group addressing housing. And I believe you're on that group as well. So that will be good to take a look at that and see what we can do. Not only workforce housing, but entry-level housing for individuals. So.
Yes, as I look at the housing study, I haven't read the whole thing, but I've gotten a good start on it. We have a multiple layers of housing challenges facing our community, from senior living to entry level, and we need to address all of those. It's a big part of our quality of life, which ties back into workforce development and recruitment, which ties back into business retention and business attraction. It's all connected.
It is, definitely.
You might concentrate on that senior living first. Because some of us might not make it if you drag your feet too much.
Mark, there is a difference, and I think that the public needs to know there is a difference between housing and what is defined as affordable housing. Can you explain that a little bit?
You bet. If you go by the guidelines set by the South Dakota Housing Authority, their definition of affordable is $300,000. Now, affordable can mean many different things to many different people, and I'll leave it up to every individual person, whether that's $300,000 or something different. We need to have housing in the 150 to 200 range, and the 200 to 250 range is where we're really short. I mean, we're short across the board if you look at the MLS, but those are the two areas that we really need to focus on.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Sure. So what, you said you're doing a gap analysis. Can you give us any hints on what you think that's going to tell us, or?
We want to make sure that what we're doing is meeting the needs of the community and the businesses within the community. I've got some initial ideas. I'm going to duck your question, so to speak, because as I'm doing this, I want to engage the other members of my team, Amanda, Michelle, and Tracy. We've been working on this for the last few weeks. They've done a great job of getting me up to speed, and then taking that to our executive committee and our board of directors and making sure they're supportive on board. So it's a work in progress, but I've got some ideas. And I want to make sure that I fit and I'm adaptable to what the community needs, as compared to one of the worst mistakes I could make is come in and say, I've done this, I know this, this is what we need to change to and do differently. We're gonna modify, and I'll bring the expertise that I've got and make it fit with the community.
Well, Mark, as you know, I'm on the board there at the Watertown Development Company representing Codington County, and I'm pleased to have you here.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to good things from you, and I know that you have a great staff. And it's important to keep that momentum moving forward. I think you can do that. So thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Just so people understand, city, what is our contribution to this organization?
$45,000 a year,
How much?
45,000 per year.
I wanted everybody to hear that. It's a pretty good chunk of money that's county money that comes into your, thank you.
Well, with that, I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to ask you some questions and introduce yourself formally. And I know you've been here at meetings and then you have to sneak out before we get a chance to do that. So thank you for getting on the agenda.
Thank you. Thank you for your continued support. As always, if there's any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm only an email or phone call away.
Keep coming
Sounds good.
back.
Thanks,
All right.
Mark.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, we'll move on then to monthly reports and we'll start with extension.
Morning, Jody.
Morning, Jody.
Good morning, Jody.
Can you turn that volume up just a little bit on that mic? There you go.
Well, today's a big deadline in 4-H land. Yesterday was the deadline for enrollment. Today is the deadline to enter their livestock. So even me as a mom was entering my kids' livestock last night, trying to get numbers and ear tag numbers for my kids. So today at June 1st at 11:59 p.m., they have to have all their livestock that they want to show for the year. So we'll have lots of questions and calls, I'm sure, today. We have a new program this year that they introduced, 4-H Online 2.0. So we're trying to work through those little hoops and things too to get that to work also. So 4-H camp was offered in 3 different time frames, and there's a little bit of the kind of half of the youth that can go to each camp because of COVID, and the Methodist camp. We go to Camp Ponset Methodist camp. And so we have 2 youth that are gonna go June 2nd through the 4th, so they're leaving tomorrow. And then we have about 12 or more others that are going June 9th, 10th, and 11th. So yeah, so they'll be going to 4-H camp that is being held this year. So I'm glad that they can have that opportunity. Some kids got to miss out on that last year because of their age and stuff. So along with June is Dairy Month. And so this year Malt Wagon is going to be June 14th, 15th, and 16th. And we'll hold that on the east lawn of Dakota Bank. And that will be from 11 to 7. We have clubs that will be running it in 3-hour shifts, and they can split their club up into 1-hour increments, things like that. I've offered that to them too. They don't have to work the whole 3 hours and things like that. So all the clubs have signed up for their shifts, and so we'll be offering that for our community June 14th, 15th, and 16th. So I'm offering a special foods workshop in June, and then we'll have our special foods contest in July at the extension office. We will do spacing and things like that yet too, now that face masks are optional or not required, but recommended through SDSU. And then horticulture and skillathon SCDM will be a skillathon this year, and I'm offering those on 3 Tuesdays in June. And then we end our month with our county horse show in Clark, and we do that with Codington, Clark, and Spink counties together, since our numbers are so low that we do that together. So last week I held my horse safety out at Joy Ranch with one of our 4-H alumni leading that. So
Good.
Good. Any other questions for Jody?
Busy time of the year.
it is. It's different. Last year on June 1, I was just going back to the office, so it's a little bit different this year. So
It's good to be back.
yeah,
Moving in the right direction.
right.
State fair is only about 90 days away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so the months fly by. I can't believe it.
Yes, they
June
do.
already, so it'll be horse show before you know it. So,
Good.
Mhm.
all right.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thank you, Jody.
Thanks, Jody.
All right, that's move on to the Veteran Service Office with Todd. He did send a report, but we'll let him go through that with us. Thank you. And good morning,
Yeah,
Todd.
Todd?
Good morning, everybody. So last month, we had 3 transports with the DAV vehicle for May. We have currently nothing scheduled for June. We currently, we did get another one qualified, so we have 11 qualified drivers and one still that basically just needs to do a ride-along. So we're doing good with that. And I have had a few people also ask if we needed more drivers, and I said we will never turn anybody away. It just makes our list a little longer, so we're doing good there right now. We did receive an additional $250 from the Marine Corps League for the new DAV van, donation from them. That brought the total up to $5,550 in local donations. So
Very
thank
good.
you to them. Yeah. Still had not heard anything. I talked with Gene Murphy out at the PAV tournament. That's not, it's a fishing thing they have for PAVs. I was out there last week for that. He said he had heard nothing as far as when it was supposed to be in, but he says, bear with us, it's coming. So.
What's a PAV?
Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Okay.
Yeah, I went out there. Terry Paulson is
PVA.
PVA.
Okay.
Did I say something else?
No.
Oh. PVA, Paralyzed Veterans of America. So they put a, they had 60 boats out there at Chamberlain, and then they put some of the bigger boats will get, they got a lull that they lift the wheelchair in there. And some of us other people, we just have paralyzed veterans that get in the boat. We take them fishing for 2 days, and
Cool.
it was pretty good weather.
That's awesome.
A lot of fish caught, so it was enjoyable. I got my budget to Cindy. Future stuff coming up. I'm still trying to decide on what I want to do with the scanner, copier, fax. Still trying to put some numbers together. Hopefully I'll have them to you guys by next month. Something to read there. Still have to do my travel request for the 16 through 19. That's the state VSO training and certification put on by the state. Have not done anything more with the DAV ban, public relations, just kind of waiting until we have a solid date on when that's going to be there. Kind of the big thing there is the South Dakota Bridge to be dedicated in honor of Specialist Mark Horner, held on 3 July of 21 at the Bernie Edwards Readiness Center. Start time is 1,000 hours. This is a program that Governor Noem and Secretary Whitlock and also General Marlette kind of put into order here last year. They did 6 dedications last year. They actually did, they were planning to do 6 again this year, but they bumped it up to 12, and they'll probably do 12 next year, according to what Secretary Whitlock had told me. This is a bridge dedicated to people that were killed in the line of action. We have Specialist Mark Horner that was nominated by his former spouse. This will be open to the public, along with invitations sent out to state and local elected officials. Those invitations will be going out on 1 June. I provided all the courthouse address for all of the commissioners, along with the city elected officials too. So there will be a press release coming out on the 15th of June with kind of the same basic details that I provided, but other than that, there also is a blood drive on Thursday, the 17th of June at the VA from basically 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I added that on. I just saw that in my emails this morning. Online registration, I'll send that out over to Cindy, and she can make a distribution to the county people here. Also, the South Dakota State Cemetery was officially dedicated yesterday. Probably saw that on the news. Other than that, unless there's any questions.
Wonder if they have the road thing figured out yet.
I think they're still working on that a little bit. They did get the irrigation put in, so that's a good deal there.
It's a work in progress.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, thank you, Todd.
Thanks, Todd.
Okay, item number 8, action to approve fireworks show permits. We have several of those in our packets, and do you want to go through them?
The first one is request for discharge on July 10th. at 17083 445th Avenue in Henry. I believe this is in Richland Township. The name of the applicant is Lou's Fireworks. It looks like they will be doing, taking care of the discharge at this event. And the second one is actually just one, but one is a rain date. So they are requesting July 24th for approximately 2 hours at 46345 166th Street, Watertown. The person just discharging is Jared Burke. And I believe this is in the South Shore Fire Department's fire district. The first one was in the Watertown Fire District. So the Watertown Fire Chief signed off on that one. And then the fire chief from South Shore has signed off on this one along with the sheriff. And if in the possibility of rain on the 24th, they do request authorization for July 25th for the same thing.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. All right, item number 9, action to approve a property tax abatement application.
This abatement is a result of a property that suffered a loss due to fire on January 15th, 2020. So these are for the taxes payable in 2021. The Director of Equalization provided me with a prorated breakdown of the 11 months that would be abated. So the abatement amount is $1,262.32.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Gable,
Second?
second by Van Duzen. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 10, action to authorize filling of county right-of-way for Florence School District construction project. And Rick will let you get your information from you.
Good morning.
Morning,
Rick. This piece of property that they want to fill the ditch in is directly to the west of the Florence School, right along our County Road 23. Florence School has bought 10 acres there. They're going to build a bus barn right across the road. And the ditch, the water that comes from the culvert to the north doesn't go down through the ditch. It meanders through the field off to the west anyhow. So that's something that they'll have to deal with. So there's no culverts or anything that need to be installed there. And I guess I have no beef with them filling that ditch in. It'll probably make it a nicer looking place to begin with. So, and then they're going to, on the east side of the road, they're going to clean out the ditch. So their water, where their gymnasium and their school is, there's a gap and it fills up with snow and ice and they can't get out of that ditch. So they're going to clean that ditch out and take care of that. So it should be nicer looking than what it is right now. So.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Waterman. Any other comments or questions?
Rick, there's not a, why is it a ditch right now? It does, there's no water related problems or
No,
issues there
no,
or anything that we're
That
gonna?
was, they used the dirt, I imagine, when they built the road.
Okay,
So it's just, there's an approach, there's roughly 300 feet that they're gonna fill in, because there's an approach on the end of it. There's no culvert or anything in that, so,
okay.
yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
I think
straightforward.
their old bus barn burned down, right?
No, they still have a bus barn, but
They had one that did
it's
burn.
right on Main Street,
Yeah.
back across from where their their fire hall and stuff is, so.
Event center.
Yep.
This'll be an improvement in safety.
Yes, yes, it will.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. We're ready to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right, you get number 11, discussion possible action to approve an agreement for restoration of Hall Roads and
Okay, I gave you a email this morning. I printed it off for you guys. NextEra wants, if the bids come in over 10%, they want to be able to take care of that. themselves as far as work. Wayland sent them back what I gave you about taking care of things, because what they have offered isn't quite enough, you know, to take care of what Banner has done for us.
The engineering.
Yes, so it's over $12 million. So he sent them the reply that you guys have. And we're,
So
Waiting.
negotiations are still ongoing?
yes, the
Yes.
negotiations
All right,
are still
then.
going on.
We'll need to leave it on.
All right.
Yep.
So when did Wayland send this email, just so we have an idea?
The 31st.
31st, okay, so it's
Yeah, so it was just,
Yeah, after the meeting then,
Yesterday.
yeah,
they
because
sent back that
they sent an email back and.
Right.
And Wayland composed it and sent it out yesterday,
These
so.
are tricky emails.
So hopefully we'll hear something back this week.
Right.
And we'll put it on the agenda for next week again to discuss it, so.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Complicated issue.
Yes, it is. Thank
We're
you.
good. Thanks, Rick.
That's right.
All right, item number 12, discussion possible action to pass a resolution to enact a ban on open burning. Jamie is here. Have any comments you would like to make? I think we're in pretty good shape this week, but maybe you know something we don't.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jamie.
Nothing out of the ordinary this week. She is looking at low indexes for the next couple of days for sure. We do have some heat and warmer temperatures coming. No foreseeable moisture this week. The possibility, a very slight possibility today. But other than that, I don't see any need for that. Low categories, pretty much most of the week. We did, looking at the monthly total that was reported by National Weather Service. It was, for the month of May was 1.84. And just out of this last week, just a little over an inch is what looks like locally, just barely over. Yep. With what
So
we
my
had
gauge
last week.
shows.
So, yep.
Keep
Other
up the
than
good work. Keep those rains coming. Inch
Right.
every week is just about right.
We'll probably just leave it on because we don't know, if it's starting to get hot again and
Rick doesn't-
everything's
Rick
green
doesn't
now.
want
But we'll
anything.
just leave it
Spoken
on
like
the
a highway
agenda
superintendent.
and just visit it.
How about this, if you get all the rains on time for everybody, and just the right amount, we'll give you a bonus.
Nice.
That coming from
Be
you?
careful, don't make promises you can't keep.
I think it should go in the minutes because Harley's
You
talking.
need it.
That's Harley.
It's
I'm
coming out of
surprised you
your
didn't say we'd
paycheck,
take money
Carly.
away from.
Okay, all right.
Should
we'll
be
just-
good for this week.
We'll leave
so.
it on the agenda and just kind of visit it weekly, see where we're.
Yeah, we got some 90s coming, starting about Thursday through the weekend. So.
Yeah, we're green now.
But we're still in that favorable of that 33% chance of moisture and thunderstorms. So.
Sunday night, we're supposed to be good chance of our looks at that time now.
Yep.
Well, with temps in the 90s, that's going to fire something up, I'm sure.
Yep,
Thank you,
Very
Jamie.
well.
Rain.
all right, thanks, Jamie.
Thunderstorms, maybe.
All right, item number 13, action possible discussion on COVID-19 practices, procedures, policy, nothing this week. I think we took care of that. Action to approve claims for payment.
Nothing for 14 or 15.
All right, action to approve personnel changes. We have a couple of them. 3, was it?
First one is Deputy Sheriff Mike Morgan. He is doing an anniversary step increase to step 6, $25.86 per hour. And part-time correctional officer Marie Suman has reached the number of hours needed to advance to the next step, which will be step 9, $23 per hour.
Move to approve.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, that motion carries. All right, item number 17, action to approve travel requests. This isn't really travel, but it's leadership training, but anyway.
And yeah, just to cover the cost of the registration, I felt the board should probably take action on this one. It's the welfare director would like to take the NACO leadership training. The registration is $1,645. It'll take place sometime between September 13th and December 17th.
Move to approve.
Budgeted.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Is it a budgeted item? I'm guessing
I think
she
it's
should
in the-
have some
yeah, it's
travel
probably in the
money.
travel budget.
I would think so.
This is it's a great deal.
Yeah.
So several, the sheriff and I think Matt and a couple deputies. did
She's
this.
her this up
Yes,
Yeah.
during her
at a
report.
previous meeting.
Yep, and there is a $850 scholarship taken off, and who knows, by then maybe they'll change it and be, but right now, that's what it is. All right, we have motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 18, public notices, possible quorum of Commissioners Act. Does anyone have anything that they can think of? Wednesday, we have a Republican meeting, could be a quorum of commissioners, I believe, at that.
There's a number of city candidate forums, aren't there?
That's already done.
Are they, I thought there was, is that all done last week?
That's all done.
Candidate forums are done now,
Yep.
except for the ones on the air.
Yeah, those are done. They're just doing individual ones. I have a couple meetings, but there would be no quorum, so I don't have anything. All right, old business, number 19, any old business? Seeing none, how about new business? Do you have any new? Don't hear anything for the open? The only thing I would mention, Modak Dairy is hosting June Dairy Month. I just can't remember the date that they're doing that, but they will be hosting that event again this year out at Modak Dairy. I'll get the date for next week, but it's in a couple weeks, so.
I'll be in Pierre tomorrow for a South Dakota retirement meeting, a board meeting. We're actually going to meet face to face, first time for a long time, so.
All right. I don't have a need to go into executive session unless Natalie, is there anything? All right, I'm looking for a
Move to
motion to
adjourn.
adjourn. Johnson makes a motion,
Second.
second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Good time.
So it should be.
I think